Hello Opals users. This short tutorial will cover the basics of overdue notices. You can run your overdue notices by going to the Circulation tab, choosing Notices, or you can go to the Task Reminder clock on the top right side of your screen, click the clock, a note will come up showing that you have overdue items, click that note, and it will open up the same report as you would find under the Circ tab. Running them from the from and the to date. I suggest running them back a ways, at least a year before. If you've been running Opals for a long time or you think you have overdues that have lingered for some time, make sure your from date is set back enough. The to date, well, this is driven by my closing date in this coming year of 2019. It doesn't matter. It's going into the future. That's fine. User type. You can run it on all users or just the library staff, the parents, the student, just the teachers. Most seem to run all. Grouping loans by user, or grouping loans by. Right now it's user, meaning the report will show the last name of all the people with overdues. If you think or if you plan on printing the notices, it might be best to choose something like, say, a teacher. That way the notices all come out batched by teacher, and it makes it real easy to separate the notices and take it to a teacher's mailbox or to their room. Once you choose how you're grouping them, it'll order the individual students by their last name within the homeroom or under the teacher. I'm going to click Create Report. We have 21 overdues right here. I would like to print these. I'm going to click Select All. You'll see a check mark right here next to all the groups. And now I can go to Print Notice. I'm clicking Print Notice. Handout, as I will deliver this to the teacher's mailbox. 2 notices or 3 notices per page. You can choose English, French, or Spanish. With title, without title, with price, without price. You can also include a fine transaction report if you happen to charge fines. The custom message. This can be changed and archived. So I'm going to edit this message, and as soon as I clicked in that box, you'll see Save as New came up, or just simply Save. I'm going to have different messages for different times of the year or different reasons, so I'm going to end up clicking Save as New. I'm editing my message. I've added please return items as soon as possible. At the bottom of the overdue notice, please return any items that may be overdue. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. I'm going to pull up my name, John S. I'll put in the library number. And now I'm going to save this one as new, and this one is new. To enact the save, click Print Notice. That will make sure you save them. So I'm going to click Print Notice, and you'll also see what a notice looks like in this tutorial. The notices are coming up. You'll see Grade 5, Teacher Mrs. Smith, and the student. And the following items, please return items as soon as possible, and then you'll see my new message right here that I typed in for this video tutorial. As I go down the page, it's still Mrs. Smith, it's another student. It's still Mrs. Smith and another student, etc. Okay? And if I keep going, now we're into another teacher, Mr. Vetter. And it's showing the note, the item, the price, the barcode, the due, call number, the loan date, and the due date. I've saved my messages, and remember, once you click Print Notice, as soon as you start typing in this box, I put a period at the end of the word possible. I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to click Print Notice just to make sure that saves. You don't even have to print the notice. If you change the text, just hit Print Notice and then close it, and your wording will be changed either at the top of the notice or at the bottom of the notice. Finally, if you'd like to email notices, you would again choose Select All, puts a check mark next to everything. And but that would be better if you're not going to email to the teacher. So if you're emailing, it's best to group loans by user So then each student and or teacher or parent, whomever, will come up individually. I'm going to click Create Report. And now we'll see that Alex Bird is first because B, A, B, C, D, it comes alphabetical. John Drummer is next. Robert Dubois is next. Wendy Allen is next. So you would select all. And again, this is if you have emails in your students' accounts. And then you would just click Email Notice. And that would then send out the emails. And it would also tell you if there were emails, if there were accounts that did not have an email. So I'm going to click Email Notice and we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep it as they are. I'm going to click Email Notice. 7 notices will be created. 9 users do not have email addresses. So I can click this and it's showing me who does not have email addresses. You could then go to each student's account or parent or teacher, whatever, and put their edit their account and put their emails in. At the same time, you could select all and print the notices, at least to get something out to the person. Okay, I'm just going to go back a screen. And here's my overdue item list and notices. Group item loans by user for the email portion. Just do it once again for you all. I will choose Select All, puts a check mark, and then I would click Email Notice. Just so you know, if you wanted to, this notice email list, I'm going to run the report one more time by teacher. And I'll click Create Report. And I could choose Jane Smith here. And if I'd like to, I could email Mrs. Smith the overdue notices for the students in her class. And that would be by choosing Notice Email List. So then I would, the subject is overdue item list, put in the teacher's name, and then click Send. And then what this will do is it'll send the teacher a list of all his or her students who have overdues. So maybe they could make note in homeroom class and pass out the notices, or not pass them out, but the teacher could mention it to the students, because the teacher will have a single list of all the students with overdues. I'm going to click Send. Overdue notice has been sent successfully to john@bibliofiche.com. We can close that. In the video, I had just sent a teacher a list of overdue items for all his students in class, and this is what the email would look like. Teacher Jane Smith, Homeroom 100, Grade 5, and here's all the students, and it shows that John Drummer has a book out called Plants vs. Zombies, etc., etc., and how many days it's overdue. So if I was the teacher, I may mention to Elizabeth Fisher that a book she had out is 186 days overdue. In fact, she has 3 books out that are 160 days, 86 days overdue. So this is what the list would look like that you would send to a teacher. And that's by selecting all and clicking Notice Email List. The difference is this would go to one person, but if you select all and choose Email Notice, then that would go to each student individually. So you can get your notices through Circ Tab Notices or the Task Reminder, and then just click on the overdue items and run the report. I hope this little short tutorial has been helpful. All the best.